So today I'm here to talk about how I passed my Australian citizenship exam. So as I remembered, it was last year, the 2019th of October. I submitted my online application stating all my information. And then I got an email last 9th of November that I got a slot for the interview and the exam. So you're gonna get an email stating all the information like the date, the time, the place or the address where you're going to for your interview and exam. And it's stating that it's approximately 2 hours, but for me, I wasn't there for 2 hours. I was there probably less than an hour. It probably really depends if there's a lot of people or not. Yeah. So moving on, guys. They just put all the things that you need here, like 3 documents that collectively show your photograph, signature, current residence, date of birth, birth name, and gender, the proof of name change or whatever. Yeah, so you're gonna get that email anyways. So for me, I brought my passport, I brought my birth certificate, and my proof of age. Just make sure, guys, that proof of age, passport, and birth certificate, your name is the same. So for me, I have a long name. It's Maria Ruby Beth Infante Panaligan. So with my passport and my birth certificate, my whole name is there, but my ID, proof of age, I don't have my Infante. So it was just Maria Panaligan. So what the person said to me, the interviewer, she said that I have to change it and go to Services A. So for you guys not to, go back and forth with everything, just make sure that your whole name or the name for every document you have is all the same. So yeah, just checking. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think I arrived 15 minutes early. And then once you get in there, so I'm from Adelaide, so I went to Franklin Street, which is just in the CBD. I went there, actually went there 25 minutes early, but I just waited. And then afterwards, you just go to the desk and then the guy will give you like a number. And then once you get in, I probably waited for 10 minutes because there was just 4 of us waiting there. So you just wait for your number to be called. And then once you get in, the lady will just check all your paperwork, ask you some questions like your name, birthday, and just simple questions about you. Then afterwards, you're gonna get the test. So it was a bit difficult if you're not really, you don't like noise much, because the interview area was just here in front, and then at the back is where the computers are, where you take the exam. I wasn't struggling, but it's a bit hard when you reading the questions and then you can hear the other person interviewing another person. So you just really have to have your presence of mind with that. I think I got, it's 20 questions, guys, and you can get 5 mistakes. I think I got 1 wrong mistake, which is really good, and I answered all the questions for 3 to 4 minutes only. So after following all the instructions there, so the lady just came over to me and she gave me this. So it's just stating that congratulations, you passed the Australian citizenship test. So it's saying the next step about attending a citizenship ceremony, when will the ceremony be and all that. And if you have travel plans, you have to put it in your online iMeGolf account, so they know if you're gonna be out of the country or you're just here for the oath taking. So as for me, guys, so you can see today is, let me check, 20th of May 2020, and as you all know, because of this COVID situation, everything has stopped. So I'm not sure when am I going to take my oath taking, but some people, I think they did it online, but I'm just waiting for an email. So now, guys, I want to tell you how I passed the exam. I'm just checking. Yeah, so here in the email that they sent you, they said that the test will be closed book during the test. you are not allowed to refer to the resource book. But you can Google it. It's the Australian Citizenship, Our Common Bond. Just Google that, guys, or I'll put the link description box below. In the description box below, I'll put the link, and you have to just study that. Just a tip, because I tried studying it online, like just downloading it and looking through my phone, but it really hurts my eye. So what I did was I printed out the whole lot, and then I just read it. That's really a good help, guys. You guys don't really have to read other stuff, just read the Common Bond. That's the important thing. They also have this website that I'm gonna put the link below as well. There's like 20 questions, like practice questions, which is really good. I'm just gonna try to find it. Yeah, I'm Googling it now so I can help you guys, because I took my exam end of January, so I kind of still remember what was the questions, but I'm not sure if all the questions for the people are different or the same. So yeah, just Google Commonwealth Bond. Sorry, Commonwealth. Our bond. Our common bond. Sorry, I got distracted with the name. Our common bond. So it's a PDF file, guys, or else they also have it in YouTube, so you can also listen to it. So what I did was, when I'm in the bus on my way to work, or when I'm just sitting and I'm too lazy to read, I just put my headset on and listen to everything. But it's very, very important. It's easier if you highlight stuff. So I'm just gonna go to the file. Sorry guys, the internet's a bit slow. It's just the weather is not that good outside. It's windy, so it's been stuffing up. Yeah. So the test, the test has 3 parts: the Australia and its people. The part 2 is Australia's democratic beliefs, rights, and liberties. And part 3 is the government and the law in Australia. So I'm just clicking this PDF file here. Yep, so here it is. Australian Citizenship, Our Common Bond. So there's the contents, there's the message, and just go straight to, if you want to read the rest of the pages, read it so you know like more about Australia. But yeah, it says here that test table selection, part 1, Australia and its people. So part 1, part 2, and part 3 are the ones that gonna be in the questions. But part 4 and 5, you don't really have to study about it. But if you want to read it, or have a look, be my guest. So here it is. So part 1, Australia and its people. I was just thinking which part. Okay. So guys, you have to know, like this one here. Historically, Aboriginal people are from mainland Australia and Tasmania. They have lived here for between 40,000 and 60,000 years. That's one important thing that you have to remember. Just trying to think what was the things that was in the exam. So this one, guys, European settlement started when the first fleet, 11 convict ships, which became known as the first fleet. So yeah, you have to remember that as well, which arrived from Great Britain on 26th of January 1788. So those things came out of the exam. First governor colony. So the first governor of the colony of New South Wales was Captain Arthur Phillip. You have to remember that. But I'm not saying that what I said here is the one that's coming out, but I just remembered that that was my answers to the questions. But you can never know, they might change it. So also here is more colonies were established in other parts of the country. Early free settlers were the Great Britain and Ireland. So Great Britain and Ireland, you have to remember that they were the early settlers. So they really did a major influence in Australian history. So in 1851, guys, gold was discovered in the colonies of New South Wales and Victoria. You have to remember that. 1851, there was gold in New South Wales and Victoria. Okay, just reading, guys, sorry. In 1901, so this one, in 1901, the colonies were united into a federation of states called the Commonwealth of Australia. You have to remember that as well, guys. 1901. At that time, Australia's population was counted at about 4 million people. This number did not include the indigenous people. Sorry, guys, just reading. And then this one, today Australia has a population of about 25 million people. And then this one, guys, you really have to remember, over 1/4 of these people were born overseas. Australia is greatly enriched by the contributions these people make to our nation. So over 1/4 of these people were born overseas, and there's 25 million people here in Australia. So everyone in Australia is encouraged to learn and use English to help them participate in the society. Okay. This one, guys. Communicating in English is also important for making the most of living and working in Australia. Other languages are also valued. In Australia, diverse society, there's over 200 languages are spoken. So you have to remember, 200 languages are spoken here in Australia. And the next one, guys, is the Australian states and territories. So I don't know if you can see that. You probably know about like which state is the capital of which state, like, you know, South Australia, Adelaide, and all that. So you have to read about it, guys. Know the states, know the capitals, and then there's the territory and capital city. So that's really easy, guys. You have to remember that. And then the state has its different flags here. And then you just have to read, so like this one, New South Wales, the first colony established by the British. Sydney is the capital of New South Wales. And the nation's largest city, Sydney Harbour and Bondi and Opera House are national icons. So you have to know, like Adelaide is more of wineries, Barossa, or, you know, things like that. Just read and just understand, because it's multiple choice anyways, but sometimes it gets a bit tricky. And then this one's tradition and symbols, important dates for Australians. So yes, guys, 26th of January, Australians always celebrate Australia Day. You always have to remember this day. What does it mean, or the date and the year. Okay, so Australia Day is the day we honor our history and all the people who have made this nation great. It is the day to rejoice in the present and commit to a happy and prosperous future together. Okay. Also, this one, guys, it is the anniversary of the arrival of the first fleet from Great Britain in 1788. So you have to remember these dates, guys. Anzac Day as well. So Australia Day, Anzac Day, First Fleet, Captain Arthur Phillip. Anzac Day on the 25th of April. Anzac Day is named after the Australian and the New Zealand Army Corps, which landed in Gallipoli in Turkey during World War I. So 25th of April, 1915. Okay, so the Australian flag, guys. So So you can see there are 3 Australian flags. There's the Australian national flag, there's the Aboriginal flag, and the Torres Strait Islander flag. So that's all that 3. So everything that's written there, you really have to read and, you know, memorize probably and understand it. Like the colors, what does the colors mean here, or what does the star mean, or how many stars it has, or you know, just all that. You really have, it's really important, guys. Don't forget about it. And also the Commonwealth Coat of Arms. So Commonwealth Coat of Arms, like this one. What's the meaning? What the kangaroo, emu, and the star and all that. Everything's here, guys. Just read and understand. And then we have the Australian flower, which is the golden wattle, and then the colors of Australia, which is green and gold, and the opal, which is our gemstone. You don't have to like memorize the Australian national anthem because they're not gonna ask you about it, or maybe they didn't ask me about it, but yeah, I don't think it will come out. That's part 1. So in part 2 is Australia's democratic beliefs, rights, and liberties. Okay. So guys, with this one, you just really have to read and understand because there's a lot of tricky questions there. Like the rule of law, like parliamentary democracy, and all that. At first, I was a bit confused because in the Philippines it's different, but when you read and you try to understand it, you'll get it. So there's like Australia has the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion and secular government. So here it's saying that Australia has a Judeo-Christian heritage and many Australians describe themselves as Christian. Australia has public holidays on Christian days such as Good Friday, Easter Sunday, and Christmas Day. But Australia is secular. This means that there is no official national religion. So you have to remember that. I'm just trying to, we cannot make false. Yeah, just read about that, guys. Page 18, it's really important. And the equalities, you just read about it. Page 19. And our responsibilities as like a citizen, like in, what do you call this? In voting, you know, how old that you vote, like 18 years old, what do you do? 18 years or over must register their names in order to vote. And then also 18 and over, you serve on a jury if called to do so. Yeah, that was in the exam. It's really easy, guys. And the third part, guys, which is part 3, is the government and the law in Australia. I think this was a bit difficult for me because I didn't really know a lot about the government. So it's actually really good that you'll know about it because you're gonna learn a lot. So, you know, how do I have my say in voting? How did we establish our system of government? So on and so forth. So the Australian Constitution, so that's the page 24, you have to read about that. So this one, guys, who is Australia's head of state? So Australia's head of state is the Queen of Australia, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And yeah, in Australia, the Queen does not have a day-to-day role in the government. The Queen appoints a Governor General. So you have to remember the Governor General. So Queen, Governor General. And then, as her representative in Australia, on advice of the Australian Prime Minister. The Governor General acts independently of all political parties. So remember the Queen, the Governor General, the Prime Minister, what do they do? The constitutional monarchy. And then the role of the Governor General, it's gonna be, it's all stated in part 3, guys. So page 26. So you have to know who are some of Australia's leaders, the head of state, which is the Queen, the Governor General, the Governor, the Prime Minister, Chief Minister, Governor Minister, Member of the Parliament, Senator, Mayor, or Shrine President, or the Councillor. So all that, guys, you have to remember it. You have to remember what they do, what's their task, or what's their importance. And how is Australia governed? So the Australian Parliament has two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. So that's really important, guys. So guys, if you're watching my video, you have to like look through the Australia Commonwealth Bond, like the link that I'm gonna put below, so you're gonna be able to know what I'm talking about. So yeah, the House of Representatives, the senators, local government, all these things, guys, you just have to read and, you know, learn about it, because it's gonna be in the questions. Like what do the 3 levels of government do? Yeah, just read all about it, guys. Yeah, what the jury, the police, the traffic offenses, all that. And also, if you don't understand anything, there's a glossary of testable section down here as well. So yeah, guys, there's also a practical question thing. And so I'm going to put everything in the description box below for you. You don't have to like really take the online exams of different websites. I'm gonna put all the things that I've learned in this description box below for you guys. So I hope you learned something with my video, and please download the app. Download the file and print it out and highlight it. That's the only way you will be able to learn, because it's easier to read and highlight and know everything like that. But I mean, people are different. I'm like that. I want to read and highlight. But some people, they can just listen to it and everything will be in their head or in their brain. So guys, stay safe. And if you have any questions, just comment below. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys pass the exam as well. It's really easy. Good luck.